Even as the K-pop world holds its breath, one thing is crystal clear. This is no ordinary controversy, and it's no longer just about policy or public relations. It's about loyalty under fire, friendship exposed to a billion eyes, and the weight of carrying not just a brand, but a brother's dignity through the battlefield of social media storms. As fans dissect every word, every pause, every facial twitch from Jungkook's livestream, a deeper narrative begins to form, one that could redefine how idols are seen not just as entertainers, but as human beings caught in a system that often demands perfection at the cost of authenticity. The conversation has already begun shifting. No longer are the fans only focused on the original rumor or the alleged unfair treatment by HYBE. The center of gravity has moved. Now, it is all about Jungkook's choice to speak when silence was the safer path. It is about Jin's possible awareness of a looming controversy, his apparent decision to quietly brace for it, and the silent nod they may have exchanged that said, "We're in this together." It's the kind of unspoken brotherhood that no contract can enforce, no agency can manufacture, and no rumor can destroy. HYBE, for its part, remains stoic. A few carefully worded press releases, statements about respecting privacy, and assurances that the company is committed to transparency have done little to stop the wildfire. Fans want answers. Industry experts want accountability. And somewhere in the middle of it all, the artists themselves are left to deal with the emotional shrapnel. You could see it in Jungkook's eyes. This wasn't a PR stunt. It was a raw, unfiltered response to watching someone he admired and loved become a target. And the timing? It's too pointed to ignore. With Jin's return from military service being one of the most anticipated events in K-pop this year, why now? Why would such accusations surface, just as BTS prepares to reassemble on the world stage? It raises the question, is someone trying to shake the foundation before the reunion can solidify? Could this be a power play, a distraction, or even worse, an internal attempt to reset the group's public hierarchy? These are the questions fans are demanding answers to, and for once, even the most loyal armies admit, something doesn't feel right. As the days unfold, more layers of this narrative peel away. Reports suggest that certain internal documents may have been leaked to fuel speculation. Conversations, screenshots supposedly from staff chat groups, have appeared online, implying that Jin may have raised objections to recent creative or administrative decisions within HYBE. If true, these aren't just minor disagreements. They could point to a larger rift, one where a senior member's voice may have been muffled in favor of newer marketing strategies. This isn't just a scandal, it's a chessboard. And every move, from Jungkook's tearful defense to the company's corporate silence, is being watched, interpreted, weaponized. The K-pop industry is no stranger to controversy, but this is different. This is emotional. This is personal. And it strikes at the very heart of what fans believe BTS represents. Millions of fans who tuned into Jungkook's stream didn't just watch. They wept, they rallied, and they began trending global hashtags within minutes. Hashtag Protect Jin, hashtag Jungkook stands with Jin, and hashtag HYBE Explain flooded timelines, each tweet a digital scream demanding truth. What makes this different from past controversies is the overwhelming sense that this isn't about scandal for scandal's sake. It's about integrity, trust, and the blurred lines between company and family. What's more haunting is how the group has responded, or rather, not responded. RM, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Suga have remained publicly silent, fueling more speculation. Is it coordinated silence, a strategy advised by legal teams, or is it hesitation born from fear of backlash? The silence speaks louder than any statement ever could. Fans are beginning to fill in the blanks on their own, and as anyone in PR knows, that's when things become dangerous. When people start writing the story themselves, truth becomes a casualty, and yet, the fandom remains united. Despite growing tensions, what shines through is a collective belief in the bond between these 7 men. Jungkook's emotional confession reminded the world why BTS isn't just a group, it's a symbol of resilience. His willingness to stand alone, to risk professional backlash, And to speak from the heart in a moment when the safer path would have been silence is being etched into ARMY history like a sacred text. As fans dig deeper, they're uncovering patterns. Mentions of Jin being excluded from key creative meetings, rumors of solo projects being delayed, and quiet whispers about a power shift within HYBE's executive board. All of these fragments begin to form a picture that suggests the issue runs deeper than the public realizes. Could it be that Jin, despite being the eldest, the one who paved much of the way, is being sidelined? And if so, is Jungkook the only one brave enough to call it out? Behind the glitz of music videos and sold-out stadiums lies a brutal truth. Idols are often at the mercy of unseen hands. Contracts, management decisions, and public image control more than just careers. They control narratives, friendships, futures. In this case, Jungkook's act wasn't just about loyalty. It was rebellion. It was him saying, "I see what's happening and I won't stay silent." And that's why this story isn't dying. That's why every news outlet from Seoul to New York is keeping a close eye on every update. That's why every second of every member's public appearance is being dissected for clues. Because somewhere in this tangled web of loyalty, business, and betrayal lies a deeper truth that could change the way we see not just BTS, but the very structure of idol culture itself. Will HYBE crumble under pressure? Or will it double down and attempt to reassert control with carefully curated statements and temporary distractions? Will other members begin to speak out? Or will they remain silent, hoping the storm passes? And most critically, will fans stay loyal to the group no matter what? Or will this be the moment when blind faith is finally replaced with tough questions? Jungkook's words may echo for years to come, but it is the response of the industry, the agency, and the public that will determine how this chapter ends. It could be a redemption arc, where truth wins and bonds are celebrated. Or it could become a cautionary tale about the cost of honesty in a world built on illusion. Whatever the outcome, one thing is certain: this isn't the end. It's the beginning of a very public reckoning, and everyone, fans, media, insiders, is watching with bated breath, waiting for the next domino to fall. And just when it seemed the dust might begin to settle, a cryptic post appeared on an account long believed dormant. A private account allegedly linked to a former HYBE staffer. The post? A single sentence. "You don't know the half of it." Screenshots spread like wildfire across X, formerly Twitter, and Reddit threads exploded into overdrive. Within hours, fan sleuths were pulling metadata, timestamps, and cross-referencing prior statements from ex-employees and artists. Was this the whistleblower everyone had been waiting for? Rumors intensified as more fragments leaked, some even suggesting that internal conflicts between Jin and higher-ups began long before his enlistment. Allegedly, Jin had taken issue with certain commercial deals that placed members in campaigns that felt inauthentic to the group's values. If true, it would add an entirely new dimension to the saga. This was no petty dispute or social media mishap. This was a clash of ideals. Jin, often seen as the group's quiet anchor, may have been fighting battles behind the scenes for years, with Jungkook possibly being the only one brave or loyal enough to follow him into the fire. And what of HYBE's silence? At this point, that silence has become deafening. Rather than calming tensions, their refusal to directly address the core of the issue is beginning to look less like PR strategy and more like evasion. Their latest statement mentioned trust in artist-agency relationships, a phrase so rehearsed it practically insulted the intelligence of fans now deeply invested in the truth. Because trust is exactly what's breaking. And the louder that silence gets, the more it begins to sound like guilt. Meanwhile, Jin himself remains publicly quiet, but his presence is anything but absent. Fans are resurfacing past interviews where he hinted at internal frustration, including a now viral moment from a 2020 Variety appearance where he said, half-jokingly, "Sometimes I wonder who really makes the decisions." At the time, it was brushed off. In hindsight, it sounds like foreshadowing. And Jungkook? He hasn't said another word since the live stream, but he hasn't had to. That single moment of vulnerability has sparked a movement. Fan art, Fanfics, tribute videos, and even protest campaigns have begun circulating. Outside HYBE's headquarters, a group of fans reportedly staged a silent demonstration, holding signs that read, "Loyalty is louder than PR and trust our boys." Some international fan bases are even pooling funds to publish full-page ads demanding HYBE release a comprehensive, transparent statement about the alleged mistreatment of Jin. But perhaps the most shocking twist so far came from an unexpected voice, a veteran K-pop producer who once worked with BTS during their early years. In a candid podcast interview, he stated, "They weren't always protected the way people think, especially Jin. He's been the backbone when no one was looking." That statement, paired with the unfolding drama, has sent shockwaves through the industry. Suddenly, the public perception is shifting. No longer is Jin simply the eldest young with dad jokes and worldwide shoulders. He's becoming a symbol of resistance, of quiet strength, of standing tall when the cameras aren't rolling. The emotional core of this story keeps returning to one moment. That pause in Jungkook's livestream when he blinked back tears and whispered, "You don't know what he's been through." That sentence, soft as it was, has turned into a war cry for armies around the globe. And in an era where fans are more informed, more mobilized, and more vocal than ever, it's a mistake for any agency, no matter how powerful, to underestimate their collective memory and reach. And there's more. Speculations are now swirling about upcoming BTS reunion projects and whether this controversy will derail or redefine them. Some insiders suggest HYBE might pivot the group's narrative in response to public pressure, possibly recentering Jin in future campaigns to save face. But will fans accept what they now see as damage control? Or will they demand real, structural change inside the company? The emotional investment from the fandom is reaching unprecedented levels. Support letters are flooding Weverse, some heartfelt and poetic, others furious and confrontational. International media is picking up the story now, too, but their framing differs. Western outlets are focusing on the celebrity drama, but Korean media, particularly independent platforms, are treating it as a labor and ethics issue, asking hard questions about corporate overreach and emotional burnout in idol culture. And the longer HYBE waits, the more dangerous the situation becomes. Every delay gives space for new theories to blossom, for new whistleblowers to speak, for fans to feel more betrayed. The clock is ticking, and everyone can hear it, but the real storm may still be coming. There are unconfirmed reports that a third-party investigation is being requested, not by the agency, but by an independent artist rights group. If approved, this could be the first time the power dynamics inside HYBE are subjected to external scrutiny. That means emails, contracts, communications, all of it potentially exposed. If even a fraction of the rumors hold up under investigation, the fallout would be seismic, not just for HYBE, but for the entire K-pop industry, which has long operated under veils of polished secrecy. And yet, through all of this chaos, one emotion continues to rise above the rest. Love. Love between members, even when silent. Love from fans, even when angry. Love for a group that has given so many a reason to smile, to survive, to hope. Jungkook's voice cracked not because he was weak, but because he cared. And fans? They felt it. Every second of IT to SO, we circle back to the original question. What happens when loyalty becomes louder than contracts? What happens when an idol chooses truth over optics? And what happens when fans refuse to look away? The answers are coming. And when they do, the truth may not only rewrite the legacy of BTS, it might just rewrite the rules of the entire industry.